Every year, public primary schools in eastern Uganda continue posting the poorest results when compared with the other regions of the country. Schools in Pallisa district contribute a sizable percentage.
There is an acute lack of role models across those communities. Women who have surmounted the challenge around education and achieved are very few to come by. And so this also means that there are not many sources of inspiration for young people, especially girls, to continue in the education path. If you look at the universal primary education system, you realize that there is very little contribution or participation of stakeholders like parents in the governance systems of the schools. And this, coupled with the limited funding that government gives to primary education, has compounded the problem further.
The resources are still inadequate because the schools are many. We cannot afford a two-classroom block in a given financial year, in a given school, after which we move to another one. But of course, enrollment keeps increasing. And the efforts that you make are watered down in the next enrollment. Because if you build a two-classroom block, that's around, call it 18 times 3, around 54 pupils are catered for, times 2, around 100. But in the ensuing year, your enrollment, you may find you're enrolling over 1,000.
To improve the education standards in the area, Action Aid Uganda is implementing the HILLS project in Pallisa district, Gongonyo sub-county, targeting 4 public primary schools to promote awareness of rights of children to education, as well as ensure equal access to quality education through increase in education financing. The project is now in its second year of implementation.
The project is aimed at raising awareness for community to demand for accountability for tax revenue towards improving service delivery, particularly in the education sector. We have done a couple of activities with the communities, with the children, with the parents, with the school administration, with the PTA, with school management committees, and the leaders themselves. So the project has taken a couple of trainings. We have conducted training on tax justice. We have rolled out a tax justice toolkit used by Action Aid, where communities just do role plays and using different reflection action tools to understand what tax is about, to understand progressive taxation and how it is linked to service delivery.
This is an engagement meeting that has brought together the different stakeholders to identify emerging issues in the education sector and review school improvement plans for the 4 supported schools and help 5 other schools formulate their own improvement plans.
What we have been doing today, we are sharing the ideas of the challenges we are facing the other schools also, and we compare those challenges, the one which is affecting my school, Ajeper Primary School, for example, and Gogonyo. So we are going to sit and we see the way how we are come across those challenges.
Reflect action groups were also trained to understand the link between taxes and service delivery to be able to track government expenditure and demand for better services.
Action Aid is an eye-opener through the trainings we are getting. I was really encouraged to know that I have to demand for the taxes I always pay, and I have to hold my leaders accountable. And right now, we are saying bottom-up planning. We need to plan together. Give us the invitations, we mobilize the communities, we sit at the parish level. Those people from the village level, they are wise. They know what they need. You shouldn't always plan for them.
I learned that the tax which we pay, it is our money, so that I have a role to the government to give me my rights, such as to give me, like example, a school, a health center, even water, because I pay my tax.
These Reflect action groups have been attached to the 4 schools to act as monitors and also support the school to lobby and advocate for better services. Advocacy and lobbying support from empowered community members, school management committee, parents and teachers has enabled Kachango Primary School get this 2-classroom block and a 5-stanza pit latrine.
We received a new classroom block as a result of empowerment by the Hills Education Project. We also lobbied for a 5-stanza pit latrine to address the issue which was raised by the girl child. And actually, the sub-county constructed a 5-stanza pit latrine for the girl child. In addition, they also constructed a washroom for girls. Having the new 2-classroom block which was constructed has helped us to decongest partly the population. Then too, the 5-stanza pit latrine has helped us to improve sanitation in the school, especially on the side of a girl child. And as a result, it has kept the children, the girl child, at school.
The school implements its activities following a well-laid down action plan formulated with input from all the stakeholders of the school. With an enrollment of over 1,500 pupils and suffering acute shortage of facilities, this has been a welcome boost. However, during a heavy downpour, the roof of one of the classroom blocks was blown off, and this has forced teachers to conduct some classes under trees. The active and empowered School Management Committee and Parents Teachers Association have already brought the matter to the attention of the district.
We have got communication. We also visited the site. Personally, I've been to the site. I even took pictures, and they were asking for renovation. But we have asked the engineer to assess, because these classrooms are not standard classrooms. They were classrooms built, I think, in the 1930s. So we may consider a new structure other than a renovation. But Kachango is on board for 2019-20 for some intervention.
Ajapet Primary School, with an enrollment of 1,000 pupils, is supposed to have 26 teachers, but currently has only 8 teachers. Because of the empowerment from the project, parents pulled together resources and they have hired 3 more teachers to supplement their efforts.
When the Hills project came in, they sensitized the parents, and the parents also accepted that after all, the government is not giving us enough intervention on staffing. As we wait for government intervention, let's contribute some money, which will help us to recruit some people to help us to teach our children, who are very many in classes. We had a few classrooms, and we have been given a 2-classroom block. The Hills project also gave us a staff house, 2-in-1. And that has reduced the problem of staff accommodation, even the problem of classrooms.
In order to promote sanitation and menstrual hygiene management, Akworo Primary School successfully lobbied the district and the sub-county to construct pit latrines complete with the changing rooms for girls.
One of the benefits now is we have a new pit latrine at school. Because of the new latrine that we have got at school, the sanitation has greatly improved.
Children were also trained about their rights according to schools. Child rights clubs have been formed, and they use music, dance and drama to promote their rights.
These children are engaging on the rights, promoting rights in schools, and also children's rights in the communities. We have trained them and we have empowered them. We have conducted several mentorship sessions with them. They have their leadership in place, and they're engaged in different activities.
They send messages to these people also understand what the child's rights are. So we find that some children maybe to drop out of school, when they hear such messages, they are also able to come back.
We tell our parents all children are supposed to be at school, not going for fish, not leaving children to stay in the village, not leaving children to marry early. Those are the activities as a club we do. Since we started this club, things have changed. More girls have come to school. The number of people at school is increased.
These schools have also been supported to erect talking compounds with different messages for the learners. The Hills Project has demonstrated that by raising the people's consciousness and empowering them to demand for better services through holding their leaders accountable, meaningful change can take place. Government needs to adopt this model and scale it up across the region to change the poor academic standards.